Are you sure about this, guys? This is against the law. This counts for trespassing on so many levels.
Quit worrying too much. What's wrong? You scared?
Would you knock it off already?
Everyone just needs to calm down until we get to the school.
Why are we doing this again?
Are you that ignorant? We're doing this because it's the 5-month anniversary of Skylar's death, and they still haven't found the killer to this day.
What they forgot, though, is that it is 1975 and there's a murder on the loose.
Let's hurry up.
They finally reached the school just as it began to drizzle rain. The building they reached was an abandoned school that goes by the name Mrs. Goodman's High School for Girls and Boys. Their plan was to spend the entire night in the school. They entered the decaying building through a shattered window into the main hallway. They decided to sleep in the principal's office. About 20 minutes or so after they settled down, they started hearing sounds like stomping, but they were oh so faint that you could barely hear it.
I'll go see what that was.
Alex said, and off he went into the pit of darkness. Suddenly, after he left, the sound began to get louder and louder and louder than before.
What is that sound?
I think we should all go see what it was.
We can cover more ground if we split up. Kyle, Grace, and Julian go right. Juana, Eric, and I will go left.
Grace, Kyle, and Julian searched almost everywhere, when all of a sudden, a banging was rapidly getting louder and louder with every thump, almost directly in front of them. And when they turned around, it was Juana and Eric sprinting towards the trio.
He killed Meredith.
Panted Eric, trying to believe what he just saw.
Who's he?
Julian gasps and falls to the ground, dead as a doornail from a knife to the back. After Julian collapses, a figure with black clothing and a blood-stained butcher knife in his right hand is seen. "Get out!" he shrieked, but he wasn't talking about them. He was talking about their souls, so he was going to murder them. Then he chucked the knife at Eric, striking him in the neck. At this point, Grace, Kyle, and Juana bolted in the other direction, and while this is happening, Eric is gasping for his last breath while slowly plopping to the ground, staring into nothing but lonely and unforgettable darkness. Luckily, the man in black went to retrieve his knife, which gave the remaining three a head start that meant nothing to Grace, who tripped over a piece of the floor that was sticking up. She sat up, but was laid to rest when the man in black got to her. Kyle and Juana made it to the top of the staircase when Kyle had dark thoughts that would benefit him.
I'm sorry, Juana.
Kyle said, with despair in his voice.
What do you mean?
Juana said, perturbed, and in an instant, Kyle forced Juana back down the stairs, snapping her neck on the way down. Now the man in black was on his way up the stairs, and Kyle started darting from the horror, but ran straight into a wall, accepting defeat. Kyle knew he will die, because the man in black is staring down at him, the victor.
Who are you?
Kyle asked with great intention.
Turn on your flashlight.
The masked murderer replied. Right after he flipped the switch on, Kyle began to whimper in disappointment.
Why'd you do it, Alex?
You guys are the reason Skylar's dead.
Alex replied, becoming more furious with every painful thought about Skylar.
He was my best friend, and all you had to do was say, "Look out, Skylar," but you were too busy talking to Eric, and Skylar was the one who got hit by that school bus. That's why I chose to remember him here this month, because now was the perfect time.
Now Kyle was starting to get ignited with fury.
You're sick in the head. You're insane.
Alex then began to chuckle in a way that would make you very uncomfortable.
You've got it all wrong, Kyle. I'm not insane. I'm death. Plain and simple. Goodbye, Kyle.